Hey, thanks for checking out Nuts and Bolts with Tone. Welcome to my channel. Today, it feels like Christmas. I have acquired some tools over the past few months since I made my last video. I'm really excited and I think you're gonna love them too. Check this out. Have you guys ever heard of Diesel Crate? Diesel Crate, you get a box in the mail every month. You pick your favorite diesel, you get a box full of cool stuff and an awesome t-shirt. It's my favorite t-shirts that I've gotten from Diesel Crate. I love them. Check them out. Also, rocking the Sun X Tools hat. First, let's hydrate. What do you guys drink when you're hanging out, when you're working? I prefer Monster. This is the one I'm drinking today. Let's check it out. So I had this tool haul all ready to go. I went to Home Depot and I kind of had a problem at work. I bought a kit from Matco and it was a 1/2-inch big boy cordless impact and a 3/8 cordless impact. M18. Got that, came with the charger, 2 batteries. Bad news, almost right out of the box, one of the batteries charged up fine, the next one charged for 2 days, still said charging. The sensor in there was bad. She gave me a loaner. I bought that set like 5 or 6 months ago. I still have the loaner battery. That's a bummer, but guess what happened? The charger died. So I have no charger to charge these. I've been walking around the shop trying to borrow people's chargers. So I knew I needed to invest in some batteries. So I was at Home Depot, and they had a pretty cool deal right here. 2 6.0 batteries, M18, came with the charger. So there we go. Now I got a charger, but cool thing is, came with a free tool. So I figured, you know what? My coworker, he does a lot of exhaust, and he has a cordless Sawzall. And it's super convenient just to get it out, run over there, cut something off. So got that for free right there. I know there's probably better ones, higher quality, higher amperage, whatever. You know what? It's going to work right there. Got the Milwaukee. I'm super excited about that. And I got 2 M18 batteries and a charger. Well, while I was there, I knew I needed a M12 battery, and I really wanted to get a 6.0. I use the 3/8 cordless impact all the time, the stubby impact. And my coworkers, they have the 6-amp battery for it, makes it way more powerful. Home Depot had the 5-amp high capacity battery for 99 bucks. So I got that today while I was there. Figured, you know what? It's going to help out. I kind of been having some issues with batteries and trying to bounce batteries between different tools. So now here's a tool that I got a while ago, and I, honest to God, it's been in the bottom of my toolbox until this past week. 2 of the reasons are, 1, I had no extra battery. I only had 2 batteries. And 2, I didn't realize how beneficial this thing is. This thing is an M18, and it is a, I guess it's a, okay, so it's a little bit driver. This thing is super powerful. I actually use this more than I use my M12. Now, I've needed a cordless drill for quite a long time. I used to have a lot of Craftsman stuff, and lately all I've been using is air drills. It's a pain in the butt. I was on the Matco truck, and they had a special on this. I know I could have got it cheaper at Home Depot and everything else, but I needed a drill. They had this on the truck. So I got the M18 cordless drill. This thing is really nice. Used this a few times. Works great. My absolute favorite. Now, these are fairly new. They just came out. Maybe a few weeks ago. This is the Capri Toos extra long soft grip 90 tooth ratchets. Now I can tell you from experience that these ratchets are worth every penny. I use these all the time. I was doing a Duramax and I had to get the belt off, and I didn't feel like messing around with it, and so I just used the big long 1/2-inch ratchet. Nice comfort handle. I was able to pull it real super easy. I mean, it didn't take much. Slip the belt off, ratchet goes back. I did the turbo. Works out great. This 3/8, man, now this is a beast. You want this. I love this ratchet right here, this 3/8. I love them all, but man, they're just 90 teeth. Woo, nice. Capri Toos has a great warranty as well. So now let's get into the other stuff. So now let me tell you a little story about buying tools. When I first started out, I thought it was beneficial to buy cheaper vice grips. And so I did that. I bought a whole bunch of different pairs from Lowe's and different kinds. And they end up sucking. They end up stripping out. They don't hold. So I finally invested in some actual vice grips. Now I made a little YouTube short a while back about a makeshift slide hammer. And it was because I didn't have vice grips that would attach to my slide hammer. I got an OTC slide hammer, nice set. I just didn't have vice grips. No one in the shop had vice grips that would adapt to them. So I ended up buying a nice pair of vice grips. And I learned two things about if you actually buy vice grips. This screw is the right size for an OTC slide hammer. So I was able to take this out, put my slide hammer on there, and smash out something that was difficult to get out because I had the right one. I also found something out. There was a little trend on TikTok talking about how there was an Allen at the end of the vice grips to tighten it up and loosen it. And people were like, my vice grips don't have it. It actually does, right there. So I bought those, and I got 2 pairs of needle nose vice grips. All vice grip brand. I think I bought these all at Lowe's. All 3 of these pairs, I bought them at Lowe's. The small pair, I use those for pinching off the overflow hose on radiators when I'm going to use my airlift. And my coworker was welding something, and he welded a big fat glob to them, so it kind of wrecked them. But hey, now this is not new. I'm gonna be doing a giveaway with this right here. This is the CARBYNE Tools 10mm ratchet. It's a 10 mil on one side and a bit driver on the other. It's all in one piece. You don't lose your ratchets, but you lose your 10 mil. There's your solution right there. CARBYNE Tools 10 mil ratchet. The next thing is, now this is a tool, I did a little YouTube short on this. If you don't have a universal lift support, this guy right here, I can tell you this after having this for months, this works fantastic. I love this long neon strap that hangs off, so it's much easier to see. A lot of other ones, they have real small ones, but LISLE tools, that thing is money, dude. The next thing is, I actually sent one of these to my friend Dezeni. He works on diesels out in Texas. And this is by Aries Tools. Okay, there it is right there. So this is a fuel filter wrench. If you work on diesels, man, I'll tell you what. When I first got this, I did a short on it, showing it. Seemed cool. I've used this on Cummins. I've used it on Duramax. This thing works great. It covers 40, 41, 42, and 46 mil. And all you do is you flip it right there. That side's 40. You flip it over, 41, and then you have 2 on the other side. This is for water and fuel sensors, and you don't strip them out because this is like a composite plastic. The only downfall to that wrench is if somebody has been using channel locks to take the water and fuel sensors out, which is what I used to do, then these wrenches are very difficult to get on because you've been destroying the water and fuel sensor. So get the right wrench. That thing costs like 15 bucks. If you work on diesels, it's well worth it. I'm telling you. And you know I work on a diesel here and there. Next thing, I got like 2 or 3 of these. I just picked up another magnet from Harbor Freight, these US Generals. This thing holds 25 pounds. And I can tell you right now, I have this and it holds up my my bolster mats on the back of my cart. And even my Griptico mats, which are pretty heavy. These things are money, and they don't sag, they don't drop, they hold it straight up where it needs to be. Now these are from my friends at Capri Tools. Some of my favorite tools I got are from Capri. So this is a quarter drive universal socket set right there. All right, so we got 12 piece, and this goes from 5 mil all the way to 15. So this is a really nice set. It comes in this really cool box. You know I don't keep boxes. You open up my toolbox, I don't have a box of anything. Everybody else I know has all their stuff in boxes. My boxes are too full to have all these boxes. So this will go on a rail and go in a drawer. But I mean, that 15 mil, look at that. Woo! I think it's nice. Used this a few times so far. I like it. Works good. The next thing is, now, So O2 sensors, you're taking out O2 sensors, you're taking out sending units, oil pressure switches, some of the old water temperature sensors on the older cars. You need a special socket for that. So Carbine Tools has this right here, and this is a 10-piece set. Now, most of the other pieces are like 7 or 8 pieces. That's all they come with. Like the OTC, I think it's a Stinger brand is what I used to have. It only comes with like 7 or 8 pieces. This is 10, so this is pretty nice. This is from Carbine Tools, and this has all the different sets right here. Okay, so you got a bunch of different sockets for a bunch of different sending units, things like that. That's great right there. Carbine Tools, lifetime warranty, and they take care of you. Next thing is, I've been at Lowe's doing a bunch of stuff around the house, and not even Lowe's. Haha, I lied. I'm Harbor Freight. I was at Harbor Freight when I got the magnet, and I found these. So they're by Quinn, 13-inch pliers. So I have a pair of snap-on pliers just like this, but they're a single joint. So you have to open the handle really far to get it. I've wanted to get a pair of these. I have a pair of curved ones where the tip is curved, but I don't have any straight that have this double joint. The reason you want a double joint is you don't have to open it as far to get as much of an opening here. This multiplies the amount that it opens. So there you go. Harbor Freight, super cheap, not very expensive at all. Next thing is, so if you do any electrical testing at all, you're going to want to get an amp clamp. And when you use an amp clamp, you're going to do things like clipping on a fuel pump wire and looking at the current of the fuel pump, or you want to hook up and you want to current ramp ignition coils, injectors, things like that. Well, sometimes getting a setup on there to test it is a pain in the butt. So you need something that you can test. So, and what a bummer. Anyways, the tool's not in here, but I bought this right here, this Fuse Buddy current loop kit. And so this has a bunch of the different fuses and a loop. So you're going to take out your fuel pump fuse and you're going to put the loop in there, and then you have the wire that comes up. You put your amp clamp on there, and then all you have to do is set up your scale. You're not trying to bring wires up into a fuse, and it's a pain in the butt if you don't have something like that. It's pretty cheap too. The alternative is spending like $100 for like a really, really good quality one, but that one works just fine. All it is a fuse with a loop. Nothing wrong with that. Works great. Next up, Carbine Tools 7-piece hex impact socket set. This one goes from 9 to 15 right there. There's the part number. Now these are impact socket, impact hex sockets. So I like that. Next thing I got, now these just came out. I'm super stoked about these. These are going to be pretty handy just to keep in the front of the box. So I don't use standard very much, but so there's the part number right there. And these are literally brand new. They just came out this week. So this is a 4-piece set right here. So they're 4-in-1 wrenches. So you're going to have 8 to 10, 8, 10, and 12, 13 on this one. This one's going to be 14, 15, and 17, 19. And then you're going to have your standard 5/16 and 3/8, 7/16 and half, 9/16 and 5/8, and 11/16 and 3/4. So these are pretty nice. You're just going to take it out. You got your mechanism here that reverses the direction. And you got 8 on one side, 8 on one side, 10 on the other. You just flip it over. Coolest thing about these, 120 tooth. So if you've got 120 tooth wrenches, you can get a much smaller swing because they ratchet at 3 degrees. Pretty awesome. This one here, I bought this. Now I'm not gonna lie, I only did this on JDT Code because it was a $30 mystery box. And honest to God, the only reason I did it was there was the chance to win some really cool prizes. Like one was a pretty big TV. That's the only reason I did it. And I got something I didn't really need, so it's kind of a waste. But, hey. So right there from JDT Co. So these are like Put your 1/2 inch drive socket on there, and then you can put a wrench on here. Maybe this is to hold it. Kind of weird. I don't know if I'll ever use them, but anyways, JDT Co right there, got those. Next up, I got this, and then I ended up not needing this. So I was doing injector cups on a 7.3, and I realized I just don't have an actual brush to clean the bore. And it's kind of a pain, sticking a screwdriver down there, trying to chisel away the Loctite, and hoping you did it right, because that's a big job to do it wrong. So I bought a set of injector bore brush cleaners, right? So this is gonna get down at the bottom. It's gonna clean the very bottom that you got all your Loctite on there at the bottom. And then this is just gonna clean your bore. Now these will work for 6 liters. These will work for Duramaxes, all that. So injector bore brush cleaner. The next thing I got, now I got this. It's a whole kit. Now if you do 7.3 injector sleeves, if you do them all the time, or you do them more often than not, then you want to go to Riff Raff Diesel and rent their tool. They have a tool, you can rent it for 75 bucks, right? There's no question, it pulls them out great, and it installs them great. The only thing that I like about it more than I like anything else is the installer, because the installer, you put the sleeve on there, the tool centers itself, you tighten it down, and then you torque it. There's no question as to did that sleeve go in there perfectly, because it's a lot of work to go and do that. And then if you do sleeves and you do them wrong, then you get fuel back into coolant, then you're back to replacing the hoses again. You got to replace the degas bottle. So this is a kit from Spell Lab. Now I'm gonna show you all the stuff. So this one actually came with bore brushes. It actually comes with new cups. It comes with this right here. I wouldn't use this, but it's kind of cool. It's a little cap to cover the bottom to keep from getting shavings down there. I learned after my first video that I made, use a penny. Drop a penny in the bottom. Use your remover. It captures all of the shavings. You pull it out, and there you go. Now this is similar to the tool that I originally have. So I have a tool for removing injector sleeves, and all you do is you put this on and you torque this down. This centers it in the hole, and you tighten this down, and then you tighten this down, and then you use this to pull the injector out, or the sleeve out. The original kit I had, it's similar to that. It works okay. The only problem I don't like about the original kit I have is when you put your sleeves in, you're putting them on something, and they're just on, there's nothing to hold them. So you put them in, and you're hoping that you don't touch that sleeve to anything while you set it in the hole, because the sleeve has a ring of Loctite around here and a ring of Loctite around the bottom. Well, if you bump it on the way in, you're going to bump that Loctite. Now you don't have a proper seal all the way around. It's going to leak. So this kit from Spell Lab actually comes with an installer that has an O-ring. So when you put your sleeve on here, it's going to stay on here and not fall off. So I really like that. So if this is your first time doing injector sleeves, maybe it's your own 7.3, that might be the kit for you, because you get everything. Everything but injector seals. You got it. Last two tools. Now, this is also from Capri. So this is Impact 3/8 extensions. I've never had Impact extensions. So this is a 3-piece set right here. So you got these. These are going to be nice when you're impacting stuff, because it's going to, you're not going to lose as much torque because it's impact. The other thing about this is these are wobble extensions. So your socket can have a little bit of a wobble to it. So if you don't have an actual wobble socket, you use this, and it gives you a little bit of leeway. Let's say you're just slightly off. You can use this, get your socket on there, drives the bolt in straight. So now that you've seen the tool haul, let me know in the comments below what your favorite tool is. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.